How's it going, everyone? Str8Shooter here. Just doing what might be a quick video and what might be a longer video. So I have a good feeling. What happened this week was I had a little bit of stall in my weight loss. I was down to almost 30 pounds. I was at 241. And then I stalled. I gained another pound or so. I don't know exactly how that happened. The human body is pretty complicated. When you're going through weight loss, you will see fluctuations like that. It means maybe you're gaining a little bit more muscle, or it also means that you are retaining a little bit more water. And when you're in ketosis, actually what happens is your fat cells, instead of filling up with sugar or fat or whatever it is, they fill up with water because you're not giving your body carbs and other bad stuff. So your fat cells are saying, what do I do here? And they're basically filling up with water and waiting for signals from your body that's saying, oh, you're going to get this again. But if you don't give them the bad stuff like the sugar and whatever, they're going to start to flush. I guess my fat cells have been flushing water because the weight started to drop again the next day. And so yesterday I was at 241.0. So I have a good feeling today that I'll have lost 30 pounds so far. So hold on, let's see. So as you can see, I have my scale here, and it's a digital scale. I've already recalibrated it. So here's one foot, here's the other. I think the camera weighs a pound or so. So here's the weight after I put the camera down. 240.7. So you know what that means? I started at 270, which is a pretty heavy weight when you're my height, which is about 5'5". So I'm at 240 point change, or whatever you want to call it. So that means so far, in a matter of just over 3 months, by a couple days or so, I've lost 30 pounds. So this keto thing is working really well. And what I wanted to do today, since I'm at that point, I've been showing you what I've been cooking, the meal preps and stuff like that. But what I want to do today is I want to show you what I do for exercise. In California, the gyms did reopen after COVID, and then they had to shut down again. So for the past few weeks or so, they've been shut down again. And right now there's no determination as to when they're going to reopen. So I've had to improvise. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I do. So maybe it will give you some helpful hints or tips as to what you might be able to do while the gyms are closed and you want to exercise and get your cardio in. And I even have here, let me show you. I even have weights. I have two 10-pound weights. I have two 5-pound weights. So yeah, that's what, we have to do if we can't go to the gym and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Just after this segment, I'll show you a little bit about what I do when I exercise. Hey there, I'm back. So starting with the first thing that I do as far as the exercise is I always like to get a little bit of cardio warm-up in. So it's a nice day out, as you can see by the sunshine. So I'm going to take about an hour or so walk around the neighborhood. It would be a really long video if I took you for the whole trip. So if you'll stay right there, I'll be back in a jiff. See you in a bit. Well, okay then. That was a nice little walk. After taking a walk, I like to get a little bit of lifting in. Now, because I don't have access to the gym at the moment, I'm using home weights, and I'll show you some of the exercises that I do. Okay, so with the exercising along with the cardio, you also want to make sure that you're doing some strength training. And you can pick a schedule on your own, like what days you want to do what type of muscles, but I'm going to be running through all the different types that I think are helpful for me and maybe for other people as well. So the first thing that you want to think about when you're exercising at home is the weights that you have. If the weights are too easy for you to get through and it's not a struggle whatsoever, then you should probably skip that exercise unless you can get higher weights. Only because the idea is you want to push through and you want your muscles to have some resistance against the exercise that you're doing, because that means you're pushing the muscles to grow. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is a dumbbell clean, or you can call it a dumbbell press, and it goes like this. So I'm coming from the floor. That's one. That's two. And that's 10. So I usually shoot for 3 sets and about 10 reps. That's good enough to work the muscle. So I'll do 3 sets of 10 reps of that one, and then I'll show you afterward the next one. Okay, so the first one, we worked our arms a little bit. The next one, we're gonna be concentrating more on the legs. So this is called the Goblin Squat, and I'll show you what's going on the floor down here. So basically, we're gonna take our dumbbell, hold it between our legs like this, and we're gonna squat down for 1, that's 2, and that's 10. So yeah, another 3 sets of those, 10 reps, and that'll give your legs. And that's one of those exercises that even if you don't have the weight with you, squats are good for your legs. I'm going to make an exception in that case, because even though my 10-pound is not really much of a struggle for me, my legs still feel it a little bit. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so this next one is really good for your core. And I'm going to do more core exercises later on to show you, but I just wanted to show you this one real quick. It's going to be called a bent over row, and it goes like this. So keep your back straight, bend your legs, and your dumbbells are on the floor. And what you want to do is bring them up. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 10. One of the things you want to make sure is when you bring the dumbbells up, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together. That'll help work your back as well as your arms. All right, so again, 3 sets of 10, and I'll be back in a minute for the next one. Okay, so this next one is called stiff-armed deadlift. So basically this is how it works. You got your weights in your hand, you hold them down straight like this, and without bending your knees or your legs, you just go down like this, as low as you can to touch the floor, and back up for 1. Remember to keep your legs straight, back up for 2, and that's 10. 3 sets of 10 again. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back to mainly arms. So this next one is going to be a 1-arm swing. I'll show you how it works. So you have your weight, and what you want to do is you want to bring it up straight, squat down, bring it between your legs, and back up. Squat down, back up. 3, and that's 10. Now I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 10 for 1 arm, and then 3 sets of 10 for the other arm. And then I'll be back. Okay, so here's where we start to get into some bench exercises. I don't technically have a bench, but I'm improvising. I'm using a pretty sturdy coffee table to lay down on and do my workout. This coffee table is held up through a lot of bullshit that I put it through. So I'm pretty confident, especially since I lost 30 pounds now, that it'll hold me just fine. So here's how it goes. This is just a standard dumbbell press. So you have your weights like this to your chest, and then you just bring them up. That's 1, 2. Remember, when you're doing this, it's not about getting it over and getting it done. It's about control. You don't want to go too fast. You want to take your time and make sure that you're doing the right movements. So yeah, again, 3 sets of 10. Next one. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do, these are called dumbbell flies, and they go like this. So you have your weights straight up in the air, like so, and then you move them down on either side for 1, and then for 2. And if the weights you have are too heavy, don't be ashamed to put them down and get lighter ones. You want to push yourself, but you don't want to injure yourself either. It's very important to maintain control when you're doing these exercises. And then that's 10. 3 sets of 10, on to the next. So this next one I'm going to do is called the cross-body hammer curl, and it goes like this. So you have your weights at either side, and you're going to bring one up at a time, like this. And each arm is 1 rep. So that's 2. Remember not to go too fast. Remember to maintain control. That's 10. I'm going to finish up that one with 3 sets of 10. Yes, you guessed it. And I'll be back for the next exercise. Okay, so the last one I'm going to do is going to be, I guess you can call them dumbbell raises. And they're just raises on your side. And I'll show you how it looks. You just want to raise them like that. For 1. That's 2. Remember, it's not a race. You just want to be able to do the motion and do it comfortably. That's 10. So with 3 sets of 10, I think that covers like a pretty good amount of dumbbell exercises, strength training that you can do at home. That should take you about 20 minutes, somewhere between 20 minutes and a half hour, hopefully. And feel free to raise the set amounts. I'm just using 3 as an example today, just because, you know, when you're at the gym, most people are conditioned to think 3 sets. But some people can go 4 sets, some people can go 5. There are people that use heavier weights and they go 2 sets. Whatever you're comfortable with, and remember, there's no formula to it. The only thing that that you want to remember is that you don't want the exercise to be too easy for you. If you're doing an exercise and the weights you have, don't cut it. Get heavier weights or pick something different that will work out those muscles. So next, I'm going to be going over some core exercises. See you in a bit. So the first exercise isn't going to look like much, but if you do it correctly, it'll really help strengthen your core along with the other exercises. So it's just called a panther shoulder tap. And you're on all 4s, but you want to make sure to keep your back, your torso at parallel to the ground and perpendicular to your legs. And what you're going to do is you're going to tighten yourself up, and you're basically going to just tap your shoulders. Like, this is 1. That's 1 rep. This is 2. That's 2 reps. And just remember to keep your core tightened and everything back here tightened, because that's where the exercise really helps. That's 10. 3 sets of 10 for that. And I'll show you the next one. So this next one is going to look like simple leg raises, but you're going to change it up a little bit because you're going to be doing them bicycle style. And I'll show you how that works. So simple leg raise is you're going to bend your knees, keep your feet together, and bring it down ever so slowly. So you're going to bring your legs at a right angle to the ground, and that's 2. And remember to maintain control. You don't want to be rushing, like doing this or something like that, or going like that. You just want to bring it up with a nice smooth motion. That's 10. So that was the simple leg raise. So now we're going to get into a bit of a bicycle thing going on, and I'll show you. So you're laying down, and just like the leg raises, you want to bend your knees, and you want to bring your legs up. But you want to start like you're running a bicycle. Go like that. And it's not about the amount of reps, it's about the amount of time you can do it. Try to do it for like 10 seconds at a time. And that's 10. So, like I said before, you can do 3 sets of 10, whether it's 10 seconds or 10 reps, depending on which exercise you can do. Or you can just do however many you want. It really depends on the person. The important thing is that you're getting a good workout. You don't want to do too little so that you're not really getting the full effect of the exercise, but you don't want to do too much to the point where, you know, you pull something or you can't work out again the next day or 2 days after. So you want to make sure to balance your workout. As far as core exercises, those are 3 like main ones, but I want to go a little bit more into it because core is important. Because if you're not working out your core, you can work out, you know, all these muscles and whatever you want, do all the cardio you want, but your core has to be strengthened. Because if it's not strengthened, then it's going to be the weak spot of your body. And if you're working out to get fit, lose weight, you know, get a better body, you know, the core is the hardest thing to lose. And you know why? Because a lot of people don't work out the core. So hopefully by watching my video, you'll get an idea of some of the things you need to do. So I think I'm going to do one more basic core exercise, and then maybe I'll end the video there, because I'm sure there are a lot to do, but maybe I'll save some for another video. Okay, so this one is going to be your basic sit-up. But you're not going to be doing like a full crunch like you would. You're going to be doing it halfway, just so you're working out like this part of your core, because we've been working out the bottom part of our core all along. We want to make sure the top half gets some love. You know what I'm saying? So let me show you. So lay your body down flat, and you're going to come up. You're not going to sit all the way up, but you're going to come up halfway. For 1, 2, 3. Make sure to keep a good pace, because if you stop in the middle, it's not really a good set. That's 10. So I'll do 3 sets of 10 of those. And there's one more exercise that I almost forgot about that's important too. I'll be back to show you that one. And then that'll be the video. Okay, so this last exercise doesn't look nearly as hard as it is, but it's a great way to strengthen your core if you do it frequently and not just as, oh, let's see if I can do it and stuff. And it's called, you might have guessed, the dreaded plank. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay your body flat on the floor. But you're going to keep your legs together, and you're going to put your elbows on the ground, and you're going to lift your butt up. Keep your body straight, and this is a plank. And yes, it is very hard to do. The idea is to keep yourself held up as long as you can, and then drop. So again, you can do that as many times as you like. If you start to feel like your times are getting smaller and smaller, maybe cut it down to like one set less or one plank less or whatever you want to call it. So that's the exercise routine video, but stay tuned because I'm going to close out with some thoughts. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing my Homer Simpson parody Scarface shirt, and it's a perfect opportunity to show you a thumbnail of me while I was doing videos when I was 30 pounds heavier. There's me, and here's me now, 30 pounds lighter. And hopefully you can tell the difference. I know I can when I look in the mirror. Other people that see me tell me that I keep losing weight. I know it's hard when you're going through a weight loss journey because you look at yourself in the mirror every day and you'll see results later on down the road. Like during the first 20 pounds, it was hard for me to really see it on myself. But you'll notice it in the way your clothes fit. Like for instance, I was always wearing double extra large t-shirts, and at 270 they were actually starting to get bigger on me to the point where I was actually going to have to maybe consider getting 3XL. But I dug up my extra large t-shirts, and the Homer Simpson one is one of them, and you can see that it's not tight on me. And even if I go like this, if I stretch up, the shirt doesn't hike up so that it exposes my belly. You can still tell that I have a belly though. That's okay. Almost everyone that's on a weight loss journey does have a belly, and that's why they're on it. So this is Str8Shooter signing off for today. I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. I haven't forgotten about my movie reviews. I just haven't seen any new movies lately. And with COVID, it looks like the next movie that I'm definitely planning on seeing is Bill and Ted 3, which is at the end of August. So I would definitely plan on seeing a review for that one. Other than that, this is keeping me busy for now. If I don't have movie reviews, I always have my weight loss videos. And also, I'm expecting a shipment of keto biscuits, and we'll be meal prepping those once they arrive, so there'll be another video coming later this week. Stay tuned. This is Str8Shooter. Take care. Have fun.